What's up, Vault Hunters and Fantasy fans? So we are back in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands today, back in the Dreamville Overlook, back on the DLC, and we are hopefully finishing off our full Tier 3 run-through of the DLC today. So we're on the 4th encounter, 3rd tier, which is the Shattering Spectreglass, and we are carrying on with our roguelike theme to this. We've been doing this with no gear on, so we've just got everything taken off, no gear, no guns. Just whatever drops during the run, that's what we got to work with. We do still have our skills. Our myth rank is still there. You can see what my myth rank is. And also we have chaos level 15. So this is the first time doing this on chaos 15. This is the first time I've ever done this particular encounter. So I have done the 2 Shattering Spectreglass before this, but this is my first time seeing tier 3. And this one is called Streak of Vengeance. So let's jump in and see how we do. The last one, Molten Mirrors, we did have 1 failure on that, but we managed to clear that, and that was the roguelike run at Chaos 10. So I'm feeling cocky, feeling pretty bolshy. We're going to go for this today, pretty much hot off the back of that. These are a little bit slow getting going. Need to be a little bit careful. My buddies, I've got the Wyvern and the little mushroom guy, which are helping me out, which I basically wouldn't be able to do any of this without them. But yep, they're keeping things in check. I do also have my ult, so I can fire that off. Got the old tornadoes on, so they can deal with some multiple targets and do some tracking for me. Don't have to be too much risk to myself. And what we're looking for here is just something to get us started. Oh, we got a sword. A little something. Just knock this guy around a bit. I am doing no damage to him, so this is going to be pretty rough. Mushroom guy's already down. Yeah, and I'm down, and I'm guessing mushroom guy's still down, and that is the end of the run. Feeling confident. This is gonna go really well. Okay, perhaps we've reached the peak of this. Perhaps we will go no further. But we're gonna go straight back in and give that another try. That was about as bad as it could go. We do not deserve this sword, these pajamas, or this spell, which I didn't even get round to doing anything with. So they are going off the cliff of shame. See you later. Okay, let's give it another try. Streak of Vengeance, here we go. So, for anyone who doesn't know, the chaos levels add quite a little bit extra. Oh, I can't look at them, this is so annoying. So, you'd have been able to, if you skip back on time, you'll be able to see it when I was on that screen, but the chaos levels are something you open up in the endgame content, which is called the chaos chambers. And as you raise the chaos level, you can then apply it to the whole game, and it will basically add modifiers. It will make the game harder, but in balance to that, by making the game harder, you then also get access to 4 extra tiers of loot, better gear with better stats, so you can be more of a badass. That's what we're looking to do here, become a bit of a badass. Alright, got some pajamas on the go. And let my buddies take the lead this time, try and play it safe. I'm going to come around here and I'm going to suck you right in the chin. I'm surprised that Fun Guy went down as quick last time. But once we get some bits and pieces, once we get the ability to defend ourselves, this is going to become a lot more of a possibility. Ooh. Hey, you know, you don't want to mess with me, I'll take you down. About how hard you can get and keep moving forward. That's how it is done. Sorry, I get into that. Okay, anyone else dropped anything sneaky? Just ammo. Okay, I'm just going to let these guys trickle towards us. Go for that guy. Get him!
This is a very
Shouldn't have risked it. Back to my wall of safety. This is my home now. I'll be here for the next hour getting going on this. Once we get a gun or a spell or something, a ward, and then we can start trying to be a little bit more active. But you saw there just how quick I can go down now because of the modifiers that are in play. Nothing else. I can pick up some soul gems and try and see if we can find some health. There we go. Ooh. So the soul gems, even if we fail this, even if this goes completely wrong, if I have a few soul gems, then I might be able to get some loot at the end of this. Let's get this triggered as well.
I can't believe how much money they took from me. This helps, though.
Stay away from me. We got. Okay, some pajamas. This is going to help us a little bit with our stats. A bit too out in the open. Bring it back. Sorry, it's a little bit tense at the moment. A little bit tense till we get started. Woo! It's alright, I think I surprised them as much as they surprised me. Safe for the moment. Lone guy on his own. Look at that. Nothing. No damage. Not good. Are you an explodey person? I hope not. Cabin boy. Oof. Stabby, stabby. Now, I thought the cultist I punched last time wasn't too bad. Fun guy, what are you doing? I need you. What are you doing? Oh, I guess he's down as well. Okay. We are going to try third time lucky. We are going to give this one more look and see if we have any luck. You did great, buddy. It's not you. It's not you.
A virtuous spirit never stays down.
Okay. Game face.
Reflection shines in that glass.
Let's get on with it. Look, loosen up, loosen up, loosen up. Patience, patience. We can't rush this at the beginning because until we've got some basics, there's just nothing we can do. We are literally just a roaming fish in a barrel. So if we destroy all the elemental barrels in the room, we also get a reward on the way out of this. That is going to be worth trying to do. I need to be careful not to damage myself at all, but that extra reward may be the difference between life and death in the long haul, because this is definitely quite a considerable step up from doing the last encounter at Chaos 10. Did that actually fall up, or did that just... down. Oh, you're down as well. No! Why'd that not connect? We got a ward. Sorry, I'm gonna have to get you to do your thing. You actually hitting that person? Right now, this feels something like playing a Halo level on Lasso. Oof. We're going to give it a proper shot. Ah! throwing stuff. Health. I think it was risky coming around here before, but I think this fired up.
This vengeance thing is helping my self-worth and my net worth.
Oh, hello. Got that. Ooh, why haven't I been using my tornadoes? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Temporary senior moment there. Completely forgetting what I can even do. I should have been thrown out about 100 times between... Did I not even use that on the last run? I think on the last run I completely abandoned all hope. That was... I'm back in. Pretty intense. Oh! Health. Let's do some looping. Try and keep the AI busy. Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing. Give me these pajamas. Need them. Feeling frosty. The Iceman cometh. Ooh, that's a bit of fun. Put that down. That red tag should signify to Fun Guy and to Vern that that's the target I want to go for. And Vern's pretty handy because he can drop down some fire and rain some death from above. Ho ho ho. Now I have a machine gun. Uh-oh. Right, at least we can do some damage now. That was pretty reasonable for a white. Okay, so this is a weird stage of this first arena. I seem to feel like this first arena, just the enemies just do not stop coming. So we're going to try and progress a bit rather than just getting bogged down. Alright, and let's just check what the situation is. So we got a spell on the go. Oh, those pajamas didn't equip. Okay, pajamas on. We got our ward. We have a melee weapon. So we are in business, ladies and gentlemen. We're still going to have to be cautious until we get something a little bit more sturdy. We are just going to take this real slow. I do not think any of these roguelike runs are going to become any harder than... Ooh, that was stupid. Okay, buddy. I don't think we're going to get any more hard than this because this feels pretty hot. Pretty hot and spicy. Necklace, getting on the jewellery. Jewellery seems to be the favourite drop most of the time in here. And pajamas. The last run we did was just pajamas, constantly. Every kind of pajama you could imagine we had. It doesn't seem like they're endlessly spawning, which is... Oh. There is another one there. I'm going to go and take this guy. Well, we've got low numbers. Any of these guys is essentially a walking possibility to get something a little bit better. We've got to stop going to those barrels. I have a problem. Haha! So do they, though. Joke's on you, sucker! What's that spell? Okay, lovely. One of those, fire and forget. That's good. Okay, any barrels in here that we need to take out? Based on that start, I'm going to take this so slowly. reward. Oh, there's a chaotic. Was my first one chaotic? It was. More capacity. Or fast. Oh, and faster recharge, but a longer delay. I'm gonna switch that. I think I like the idea of that better. Last one of these, I was feeling pretty hyper. I am more tired today, and I am feeling a lot more reserved about how we're going to have to handle this. So, we're going to pace ourselves as best as I can. I'm not really a pacey kind of person. I'm more of a, you know, run in, die, moan about it kind of person. I'm very positive that I pressed my tornado button. Okie dokie. Don't see any elemental barrels so far. I don't think. Why am I doing that? I think I'm playing Fortnite. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. That's better. That's better for us. So this all came about fairly naturally, just through the process of working through these DLCs. This is the 12th. It's the 12th encounter. Most of them was the first time in, because I was a bit late to the party with the DLC, except for that one we did an extra run last time. So this is official run 13 on the DLC, and we've worked through all of Tier 1, all of Tier 2. This is Tier 3 of the DLC, and we've got Tier 4 to go before everything is all tied up. And we did some different things, modifying, testing guns, all sorts of stuff in the earlier ones, and this Tier 3 just was looking for a bit more of a challenge with these runs. It was a bit too vanilla, a bit too easy just to blitz through pretty mindlessly. So it's been cool doing this with the challenge of leaving it to the RNG pixies to see what gear we get. And I've definitely enjoyed the challenge that it's added so far, but we need to keep it realistic. So that is going to be one try. There's going to be a healthy chunk of cowardice in this run. I'm dreading what the boss is going to be like. With the increased stats from the chaos levels, this is pretty mean. I was making the example in the last run that I was doing between this and the way something like a solo dungeon in Destiny would feel, and the Chaos 10 version, I'd say, was probably about comparable to how I feel when I'm doing a solo dungeon in Destiny. This feels harder. Like I say, this feels like Lasso on Halo. Maybe not quite as bad as Lasso. I guess it depends which Halo you're on, but... stuff is getting fairly hard. Seems to be more aggressive today as well. I feel like these guys are... They know I'm riled. Just doing some ogre rolling while I'm in the middle of shooting them. Got that lazy thumb. That seems pretty reasonable. Better melee weapons. Apparently we're going to get melee weapons on this run. Seems to be the theme. Very lucky with the last run as well. The RNG and what stuff you get presented to you with the drops is a big factor in this. The Molten Mirrors Tier 3, I after doing the boss with my first attempt, I was wondering whether that would be possible. But then the previous run, the one that we cleared, I got an assault rifle that was pretty reasonable very early on. I think it was literally the first thing that dropped. And that was a lot easier. That run had a stable base. Just needed to be a little bit patient, but it was fairly standard for like what you would consider a bit of challenging content. Some of this stuff progressed. I'm not sure what the spawns and spawn timing are on this. Normally I've just been running around and just spamming things out as we go. It's all sort of overlapped. It seems like it's probably more paced than I thought. I thought a lot of the button interactions and moving through the area would trigger multiple waves, but it appears to all pretty much happen in one go. We've done 5 elemental warriors already. That is more than I thought we had under our belt, but that's probably about where I'd expect it to be at this point in the run. Just check that I'm not being amiss with anything else. I definitely could do with it being a little bit more generous with at least a secondary gun. Just a single white gun's getting me a bit worried. One of these runs, a run of this type, shall we say, but not a run that was recorded or anything. Just when I've been doing this in my own time. I think it was 3 rooms, 3 arenas before I even had a gun drop, and that was rough. That was very tough, and not much fun either. Hence why that one never saw the light of day. Get in the flow of things, get warmed up, getting ahead of my buttons. Yeah, I'm not very smart. I don't really prepare for these either. I just get home from work exhausted, smash some dinner, sit down, think about going to bed, and then start recording. So generally, my thumbs are still fast asleep. We'll get a flow. We'll get going. Those guys might be problematic, the kind of mortar mushrooms. Those guys can catch you off guard pretty easy. Just like that. Here.
Another one for the coffers. And there's the last piece of gold for you to collect.
Girl's so cheeky, she knows that it's a last piece of gold. It is a giant enemy stomping towards me, looking to pulverize me. Thanks for the warning. Good to know you have my back. Iron shroomlets are pretty tanky. They can get in your face and do some damage. Just because they've got the... Ooh, yeah. They have that armor type class. So that's interesting. You're not going to be able to leave that area of the map. I'm not expecting people to back off this hard. Now, what on earth took my shield there? Got my own bullets flying back at me off of this guy. Looks like maybe there is a ricochet thing that's going on, so. Which makes sense. That's basically just a walking pile of metal. Ooh. I'd say out of all of the, which I guess is probably how they structured these, but out of all the 4 DLC versions, or variants rather, I'd say that this one does feel the most complete, and it also feels probably the most challenging, just based on the encounters that you have to deal with. So
I won't count it now, but I will be counting on it later. But first, let's get
that could
ourselves
be good.
some standards.
So yeah, I'm intimidated. I'm intimidated, I'll be honest. Okay, now we're just getting all of the spell drops. Right, we've got a gun. Celtic sniper. It wouldn't have been my top choice. Make sure we're keeping our ammo and things up. What kind of sniper we got? Doesn't help that there's no adjustment for your scope, so that your speed can be a bit more reasonable. Very unwieldy having such a zoomed in scope still at the base speed. That's our last barrel as well. There we go, automatically got our loot drop. A few more souls here. So this is the main thing you're looking for. This currency is giving us bursting magic, barrage of decay. They're both going to give me health. I think that might be better. That's higher damage numbers. And presumably a higher return on the health back as well. So we'll give that one a go. We've got some options there now. All the stuff we don't need. Okay. So although this one is a higher gear score, it does increase my frost damage as well. I think I'm going to run with this one because this capiche is also dark magic. Is it dark magic? I'm having a brain fart. Dark magic, which basically means that I'm going to get health back when I do some meleeing. So that's going to be beneficial. Just another thing that's going to help with survivability, which I feel we do need. That shotgun is now going to be slot number 1 because that is going to be our go-to. Sniper's going to be at the bottom. That's for getting a bit desperate. Only got those 2 assault rifles. Only got 1 ring active. Nope, that's good. Only got that 1 anyway. Armor's still good, and stick with the spell. So we've got a couple of things there that are going to give us a bit of health back. Oops. And that one is frost. So given that stuff is a bit off, we can switch that and get that excuse me, get that frost damage boost. My brain's ticking away a little bit too hard now. It's got some good advantages. Let's see how we go with that.
Make those old bones.
Oh no.
Skeletons, I mean.
Oh no. Well, at least there's an excuse this time. Anyone who's watched me on this run through before the Shattering Spectreglass, here I always end up running in circles because you have to clear areas and shoot out these banners, and I always get distracted and forget to do it properly. But today we're taking our time anyway, right? So no big. It's all intentional. Okay, that's a 1 projectile finally gone. That did do good damage though. Let's get a shotgun out and see what we got here. The frost does a bit of a favour as well by slowing them down a little bit. If they're rushing you, that's waste. covering a lot of these areas. Corrosive fuel is going a bit mental. That is pretty handy, that one. I'm liking that. As long as I remember to actually aim the thing. Archer's going to be an issue there. That's a good example of me not aiming the thing properly. Oh, sorry, I just realised my mic is very far away. I hope that that's not been too bad up till now, and I hope that now I'm not too loud in contrast. So. And I need to remember not to get too bolshy, too much in a normal mindset. Now I've got a few bits of gear, it starts to feel like a normal experience, and so I start to fall into the pattern of being more likely to push, to be a bit more aggressive, and I need to be very careful that I don't do that too much. Still just step at a time, step at a time.
I won't miss that one.
We've still got our barrel bonus, so if we take out these elemental barrels, no reticle, no, then that's still going to give us an extra reward once we get to leaving this zone. That was very slow to show up. That stuff's maybe chugging a little bit for some reason. It's probably my PC melting, to be honest. Straight under the shield, he never saw it coming. That's how you get him. And our next banner is up here anyway, so that's handy. Zapper! That time that did not seem to do good damage at all. Ooh, that's not good. I'll take myself down with a barrel. Health, 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 health. There was health in there. That's unfair. That's not bad. Not bad at all. That's definitely... There's the gear score difference between those. Same gear score. And that's negative 28 gun damage. Limited magazine size, blah blah blah. Not hugely different in terms of stats, but that definitely feels like it performs better, so we're going to prioritise that one. Go back to the shotgun. Okay, well maybe that's now in the bin anyway. Let's switch that one out and see what this one's like. That's better. Like it. ARs always give nice, solid, middle of the road, consistent performance. So that is nice and manageable. Keep good control of the stuff. Long range, short range, still do some good results. Do some good results. IR in English. Moonsies. Maybe like that. Good, that's two of these down.
So blind to all of these flags before.
There's a little bit of health over there. Let's get the health in. Ooh. The drop though. I'll just do it when I'm over there, hey. Save me arguing with the controller. Okay, spawning right here. Not sure where all of their spawns are, so bit of space. You mind? Busy. Why did I do that? I specifically had the lower level one on because I wanted the health. I said that no less than 5 minutes ago. No less, no more. No, I'm still going to stick with that one because I do like the idea of having that little extra way of getting health back. Definitely think I need it. Oh, just realised there's the little sub-boss before you even get to the main boss on this one, which is the it's the like mechanical wyvern head from well, hello. Wyvern head that you fight in Mount Cruel. And that does not have much cover in that area, and that is a bit of an awkward zone. That might be, if nothing else, that might be our finishing point before we even get to the last boss. At least with the last boss, I'm going to have a bit of room to maneuver, because you've got a number of side rooms and like a downstairs. Although ads spawn, I feel like there's more of a chance to be cheeky and just fire out a couple of shots and then just retreat repeatedly and hope that that works out for you.
Imaginatively done.
Look at this skate ramp here. Or is it a drop slide? Vote now in the comments. Drop slide or skate ramp, you tell me. Okay, that's not terrible, not fantastic. That's solid. That's, I think, going to shine a bit more when we've got anyone who's got their yellow bar, because corrosive is designed for that. Got to remember not to blow too much at the microphone. Apologise if that. It's easy to get excited. I'm trying my best not to get excited because I think this is going to go. I think it's going to go really wrong. To be honest. What did you jump from? I help that. There's no slide, but the ice was doing ice things. We're making progress, and we're not getting downed every 5 seconds, so there could be a chance. I think that the boss prior to the boss, I think, is the thing that's most bothering me right now. Alright, let's see how this performs in the armor. Yeah, that's good for the armor. I like that. Zappo. I mean, not that I can see how this guy like has armor that's really doing an armor thing. Like a shield, I can imagine, like a spell, a ward over him. But on the basis that, I mean, he not just naked, he like skin naked. He like no skin. So how has he got armor? If you know the answer to that, please explain in the comments below. Ah ha ha ha. Right. We are doing it, people. We are making some progress. Okay, that's 4 barrels. That's our extra reward. And they are about to come through the gate. So that's that. Get that blazed. You too, girl. Okay, we get a few big boys coming through here. Let's try that sniper out. That's so slow to change in scope. I feel like that can't be a legitimate speed. It's trash! Yeah, happy with that. Works. Got a little bit of a lock on, so I can be pretty lazy. Sort of like a corrosive baby live wire. That's doing some good work for me. Anything with these kind of guns is it is harder to get your crit bonuses just because you're a little bit less accurate. Okay. Yeah, it seemed like my ult was a very long time recharging that time around. Also like the splurgy, googly, gloopy noises these makes. Like I'm literally sucking the life right out of them. Ha 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 ha. That wasn't as bad as I thought. I maybe thought they were going to rush me a bit more, and those trolls like jumping around can be a problem sometimes. Here's the real big boy. I don't know if he got stuck on a wall or something, but we'll take whatever happened. That's his armor melting away nicely. Better on the ammo front than I was thinking I was going to as well, which is good. Gives me the option to just one and go it. Right. Oh, I thought I had new cosmetic. They get me every time. Okay. Let's get a bit more opening just for opening's sake. We probably did everything else that we could here. Yeah, bonus reward. I've got to burn the flag. I always forget that.
You're winning me over. Trust me, I'm keeping musical score.
431, Spore Warden and Groove. And that's going to give us some boosts. That's a little bit more. I think I'm happy with the one I'm happy with the one I've got, just to have that lower delay. Don't worry about that. Well, obviously not doing anything with that at the moment. So that could be a little bit of a boost. Ha ha ha! Hidden treats. 168, so that's currently 6 spins. Is this the last main area? No. This one's quite long as well. Quite a lot to get through. This is going to be interesting. Wyverns flying around, dropping a lot of shots from awkward places to deal with. This gun's going to be helpful with that because of the like tracking. Go for our extra barrels again. What was that? Just take that and look at it in a minute. I think that's going to be a... not worry about it again because I do want the healing. a little bit careful not to throw myself somewhere in the arena where too much is going to be on top of me at once. This feels very different than the last session. Start getting some of these eggs open.
Those wyverns sure know how to lay a beat down. Hero work isn't all it's cracked up to be, is it?
You gotta love it. You gotta love it for the puns. Ooh,
I really
that was
want
good.
an omelet now.
Got that nice and quick.
This food holds so many memories for me.
Let's not get too many of these on us at once.
I've got a much clearer picture now of where we go from here.
Companions are doing a good job. As always, obviously. They know a lot more what they're doing than I do.
Wyverns. More like, why not die already burns, right? I guess in this realm, wyverns lay instruments.
You've probably never seen me so so quiet. Not talking constantly. I guess I'm not that focused anymore. I don't really need to be too bothered because we've been doing all right. It's been going a-okay. It's the anticipation. It's the worry of what is to
There are
come.
instruments in the eggs? How? I mean, wow.
So, little tip for anyone who's watched this far but maybe won't watch all the way to the end, or hasn't watched all the way to the end of one of these before. But if you weren't aware, the tokens that we get here that we use on the Wheel of Fate to get our rewards after this, when we return to the Dreamvale Overlook, you can actually switch your chaos level before you spend them. They will just sit there. So when we're doing these runs, although this is a little bit different, a little bit quirky, I am up to chaos level 45 with my chaos chamber runs at the moment. And so I'm still looking for gear that is volatile or primordial, ideally. So, yeah, once we get back, we can switch up our stuff, switch our chaos level, and then get relevant gear for my other activities. Okay, we are doing okay on the pajamas again. We did okay last time. It's a bit of a different setup than that other one, but we're going to go for it. 438 on the spell. That definitely should be an improvement, but spells are a funny old thing in Wonderlands these days. You think you're better than this one, and I think I'm going to stick with the security of the one I've got. This next area should be the last proper area, and I think that leads into the back-to-back boss fights.
If you want to access the secret
My
treasure,
memory
you'll
is
need to
terrible.
collect levers from the warriors
Absolutely
around.
terrible.
I'd aim for the strongest first.
This is definitely the longest out of all of the 4 different kind of, I call them encounters, but they're not really encounters. They're little short stories with a series of encounters and a boss at the end, but you know kind of what I mean. Right, what's this spell ready for us? That fire off. Not sure how effective that was. Ooh, I've got full pockets. I can deal with that in due course. Definitely carrying around tons of trash. Seems reasonable. I think maybe that's doing a bit of a dot damage on the old Frosty there, so it's not burst damage. Oh, that's not good. So I like it. Nice refresh on that as well. Having multiples of those is going to be handy. Just getting out lots of different, chipping away at lots of different targets. Keeps cutting out when now and again. Just kind of, I'm not expecting it. Okay, 6 of 12 of those down. It's all well and good having the legendary pajamas. I like that, appreciate it, need it. But yeah, I could still think we could do better on the gun front. I think, you know, we could have just one tasty gun, one tasty legendary gun. It's something I'm used to as well. Something I like. I guess that's the real challenge with these, is actually having that run where I just get, you know, something that I can just dominate with. Right, we've got a few enemies building up there, and it seemed like there was attacks coming in from a few angles that I wasn't fully taking in. That's right, I've got the issue with the gear. Can I ditch that somewhere safe? I need this stuff anyway. We're going to ditch anything that's white. I really, really am annoyed that I can't just tap Y. I have to hold it and wait. I don't have time to wait! Got stuff to do! I mean, I don't know why I'm keeping any of the other stuff there, but the amount of time it takes me to ditch this stuff, I think I'll just drop the whites for now. If nothing else, that will please my OCD. If I have OCD, I'm sort of saying that without any kind of actual diagnosis. So. But I definitely like it when things are tidy and in order and done in the right place. All that good stuff. Right, that's our first lever of 3, which is how we clear this section. 9 of 12 on the barrels.
Now pull that switch and we should be good.
That makes 10. Can I count? I cannot count. That's 11. Yeet! There we go. Do some yeeting of my own. Okay. Maybe I'm over one that big knife. Maybe I'm over worrying about this. At least at this stage, I need to be just chilling out. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. This channel is all about fun, and specifically focusing that on looking at the Borderlands games, and I'm including Wonderlands in that. Not really including pre-sequel or any of the Tales from Borderlands stuff, although Tales from Borderlands 1 is quite good fun for just fleshing out some stuff in the story, although they got Jack absolutely sideways. That is completely down to the pre-sequel's fault, in my opinion, as 2K made a bit of a cash grab to try and get a bit more money out of the franchise, and because Jack is popular, they just wanted to try and make him stick around for a bit longer, but all the stuff they've done with him story-wise since has basically just been a load of popo. Because he was a fantastic bad guy for the sake of being a bad guy, and even in their own storytelling they've completely messed all that up by making out like, oh, he was only bad for certain reasons, despite the fact that the whole point of that character is he's meant to be the apex of that kind of brutality. It reflects the brutality of the Pandora wildlife, for example. And, you know, he's meant to be the ultimate bad corporate guy, and if Vasquez and oh, I've forgotten his name. What's his name? Give me a second. Nakamura? Is it Nakamura? That doesn't sound right. It's the respawn. Nakayama's the one in Borderlands 2 that is one of the coolest boss fights in Borderlands history, or any game history. I've forgotten his name. Well, you know the one I'm thinking of. Why do I have... Oh, because I did that already. Oh, let's open our Christmas presents early this year, see if we've got anything else useful. That could be good. An encapsulator is definitely something we can do with. Let's switch out that encapsulator. Although these can be a bit hit or miss. But yeah, basically, like, you've got... the guy I was aiming for was the head of Maliwan. I don't know why I'm running a blank on his name right now. But yeah, like he and Vasquez, which is the main sort of corporate bad guy from Tales from Borderlands 1, although I just obviously give that dispersion towards that, but those characters are basically baby Jacks. They're just little versions of Jack. So to have this weird kind of tilt on him just doesn't make much sense. Poison damage, Clawbringer power. That is less, yes. But we do have a Clawbringer increase. All damage done 10% on that though, and the gun handling and the magazines. Oh, I'm going to stick with it. I quite like that. But yeah, anyway. I digress. There's some good stuff, I think, to be found in all of the Borderlands stuff, even if it's not the main games. But Borderlands 1, 2, 3, and Wonderlands are all exceptional games that definitely deserve your time, and they deserve a lot more recognition than they currently get. Ooh, a bit distracted. Let's not drop this just yet. There's some more goodies there. Need to be careful not to get excited. They definitely deserve your time. If you haven't ever played them, I definitely recommend that you do so. I have played a lot of games. I have been playing games for almost 4 decades. I embed myself in most movies, series of any note. I'm into tons of anime. I'm very much a nerd. And through all those years and tens of thousands of hours, hundreds of thousands of hours of engaging with this kind of thing, just Borderlands has consistently blown me away since the very start. And don't get me wrong, that's not to say that everything about these games is perfect or all the decisions they make are correct, because, excuse me, they certainly are not. They have done many things that have messed up their own property. As, you know, for example, the issue I was talking about with Jack just now, there's all sorts of things like that. There's mechanical issues. The loot system for Borderlands 3 was terrible. Very poorly done, although the guns themselves were fun and it all worked out enough. It's still better than a lot of the other competition and other experiences are out there, is kind of the point. But there definitely is room for improvement. I think Gearbox are heading in the right direction. Based on changes they made from Borderlands 3 to this, if you combined all the best things about Borderlands 3 and all the best things about this, you have a fantastic game. You have fantastic potential progression. So I'm very excited to see what happens with Borderlands 4 and with Wonderlands 2, which are both they haven't been revealed. They're semi-confirmed via sideways sources, shall we say.
Don't accidentally break it.
There was another purple thing. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe it was just a token. I thought there was another purple thing that dropped. Yeah, a lot of the videos that I'm trying to work on, some of which are just fun stuff, and quite a lot of videos are just looking back and not exploring, but just highlighting things that I've really enjoyed about the whole sort of Borderlands experience over the years. Different things that I've really kind of found funny or fun. There's just so much in these games just packed in, mechanics, build potential, the variations in the guns and gear, the wacky story stuff they do, the variety in locations, the variety in like ways you can interact with the game in terms of there being wave-based arenas or trials, like kind of gauntlets where you're going through like more like this, and then you've got tons of different kinds of bosses, and then you've got the raids, and then the chaos chambers in this. There's just so many different things that are just fun. These games are really designed to be fun. That's the whole reason why Gearbox makes design choices like no fall damage. Basically, since the start of Borderlands, there's never been fall damage because, and I quote, what's fun about fall damage? And I've always appreciated that. The games that have a nice amount of depth, you can use your brain, or you can switch it off, whatever you want to do. Create a challenge if you like I'm doing with this here. There's the freedom to do that. Or just be overpowered and just feel like a badass and just burn through bits of content. Anyway, that's my little Volk Schiller bit for this session out of the way. I mean, that's why the channel exists. Like, literally, I just want people to enjoy these games more because it's something that I enjoy a lot, and I want others to enjoy it. I want others to experience these things, and I think a lot more people need to or should experience these things. And there is a selfishness to this as well, because I want more people to experience these games, because the bar for the entire gaming industry goes up when people acknowledge games like this that have so much put into them, so much more thought than a lot of the competition. Hold Y. And I want the industry to be held, to the fire about stuff. I want the industry to work harder. It seems more and more these days like the industry is getting lazier, if anything, and starting to have less things in their game and chop it up and give it to you later, or charge you for a season pass, or a battle pass, or some kind of nonsense. It's just not the sort of thing I want. I want, good quality content in, you know, a nice... Whoa. That guy came out of nowhere. So I should check out this, this might be crap. Encapsulator? No. Okay. I pressed the button a number of times. Right, this is an awkward gun. All of the Tor guns in this game will have an explosive mode. No, they don't have an explosive mode. All of the ammunition is explosive. Tor guns are explosive. That's kind of the whole thing about Tor, the character of Tor, who's in the Borderlands games. And what they have is a sticky mode where you can actually stick the explosives to the target, and this generally has a very, very powerful effect. It does good damage. Let's try it on this guy. Okay, fine, that didn't perform as well as I was hoping, but generally, sticking these things to enemies tends to have good results, good damage. Maybe I've just got the one that's trash. There we go, we're alive. It's not too distracted with chatting again. The more I talk, the more I die. Shower those everywhere. I think with the assault rifles on these, I did have this on one of our previous runs, on the one I failed in fact, where I think maybe the encapsulators can be good, but I think there is a factor in the amount of projectiles you have in one of these guns versus how effective it will be, so I'll have to hit a lot more to get good results. Whereas the Tor guns with smaller clips, I think, tend to be a bit more potent, but not 100% on that. Certainly doing some work, so just have to wait for that delay and allow for it. Yeah, that's a nice one on that guy. Yeah, it's solid. I'm still alive. I have one of these guys in the last run. I don't even know what happened to him. He just fell off the planet. Ooh, rocket launcher. That's controversial. That could be very handy if I don't just blow off my own face. So rocket launchers are something I generally like as what you would call a get-up gun. So if I basically just won't use it at all. I just keep it in my pocket, don't use it for any damage. It's a security gun. So if I go down, sniper rifle and shotgun, huh? Improved melee. What am I doing? 15% on that and a spell damage increase. Versus better melee damage. And the reload on the shotgun. I think I'm going to stick with the one I've got. What was it saying? What was it saying? Yeah, so the rocket launcher. So, don't spend it, hold on to it, keep it in the pocket, and then when I get down, it just means that I've got something that should be fairly potent for getting back up. I can just shoot it at the floor. At that point, I'm down, so anything that's near me, hopefully I can get a shot out on that. Nice and quick. You don't have to get loads of shots. You don't have to aim. You can just shoot it at the floor, and hopefully that will get me the res. But we'll see how this one goes. Just a few more things to pick up. Oh, we do have a pistol, and that's a Luddite. So that one is sort of what I was talking about just then, with them being a little bit more potent when they have a shorter clip. So this Luddite probably has a short clip. You get the sticky mode on that as well, but actually that's probably the longest clip Luddite I've ever seen, so we'll wait and see what happens with that. Nice little scope on that one, actually. I'm going to stick with this. But I'm going to take that. Just in case. Okay. Now this next area, I'm pretty sure is the last area. Yes! See, I called it. I know what I'm doing. Okay, that's still reasonable. There we go, that's actually pretty good. A bit more control on this as well. What's my actual order at the moment? Okay, so I got the SMG in there, so I've got my Torg if I jump over, and then my rocket launcher. As a COV type, or whatever that's called in this, Skulldugger, that does do the little rev, and that can be detrimental when you want to quickly get the shot out, so need to keep that in mind. Something tasty dropped. What was it? Something purple dropped. Get out of the way, everyone. That's another melee weapon. I have got so many purple melee weapons in this run. It seems like there's always a theme. There's always a theme to your run. You just get tons of just one type of thing. What are you doing on here? No, thank you. I wonder how often when something like that happens do I, like, physically jump in my chair and, like, nearly fall over and look like an idiot. Probably almost every time. Let's just check that. I've just yoinked that one up, but nothing else there is running with that bonus of getting my health back with the dark magic, so I am still going to persist with this one, because I just feel like that's better. Fire and forget. It's kind of mixed results on that one. A little unsure about that spell. Okay, we got purple ring. As I'm pushing forward, I'm potentially spawning more stuff, but keep moving. So I've got a few things around me. Trapped if I can avoid it. Some more gems for when this goes sideways, at least I won't feel so bad. Blow that up. We've got a bit of cover like this, a bit of security. Definitely happier, although the way some of the attacks work in this game, sometimes you can get a little bit caught up with that. You think you're in cover, you think you're behind something, you're nice and safe and sound, tucked up in your bed at home, and then you set on fire, and you just don't know what happened. That definitely is a thing. Find ye Redmorn. I'm nearly there. Nearly find Redmorn, but it's going to be... I'm going to be blown away if we even get past the pre-boss. I am going to be... Okay, so you think you're better than the one I'm holding. And that's an 813 by 2. That's definitely got to have a shorter clip. On a magazine size of 5. Also on a 5. Okay. Cloud Burst, Torrent of Giants. Spells. I'm so all over the place with spells. I did a lot of spell testing and trying to gonna take it, but I'm not gonna put that yet. A lot of testing on spells, and I just am not finding solid results for one thing being much better than another. There's obviously differences from one thing to another, but it's minimal. It's minimal. Nothing that I've sort of really picked up, you know, screams to me, wow, this is fantastic. Except for, there is one exception to that, and I don't know what it was. So, I had, I don't think that's going to beat my encapsulator. But yeah, I think it was a barrage, but that's not important. I was doing some farming, and I don't know if it was hitting the crit chance, if it was just the fact that the crits got really lucky with the spells, but there was a couple of times I was fighting the chance at about Chaos 30, and it was a pretty slow uphill fight for the best part of things. Yes, thank you. That is a win this late in the process. And that is also a win. And I had a couple of times where I was using this spell, and it's, you know, it was like he got hit by a train. It was immediate burst damage. It was massive. It chopped his health bar a third or a half in one moment. But it was really unclear why that was, and I couldn't find the consistency. Only did it, I think maybe it did it twice out of probably close to 20 runs. And I couldn't find consistency, and the fact that it wasn't consistent, you know, didn't encourage me. It wasn't consistent enough for me to feel like it was worth continuing to try. So that was a shame. Okay, I've been procrastinating. I've been holding off on this. I've been trying to sit back. I can't fully remember what this arena looks like. It's better than the one where you have to, it's better than the one when you have to fight him at Mount Craw. But it's not a great arena, and you've got ads. I'm trying to think of the layout in order to give myself space. I don't know if there's any way I can be cheeky with this and like fire over the wall ahead of time. I don't think I've got an opportunity to do that. So I'm going to have to find space pretty quick. Yeah, because it fires you over. I'm going to have to find space pretty quick and try and find some safety, because this guy does some good damage when you're all geared up and, you know, doing it as normal. Just need some places to rotate. The one thing that is potentially going to play to my favour is at least this guy's anchored. He can't chase me. So it's only if the ads end up pushing me around that we're going to have a big issue. I'm going to get that points thing off my screen. It's just going to be something on my myth rank, 182. Which I don't think the myth rank is particularly high. Right, our sticky's there. We got that. Encapsulator is probably going to be more of a way to go. Wish me luck. This might be GG. Cover, 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 cover. And the wyverns flying around are going to be my biggest threat. I don't think I'm catching fire. Why am I catching fire? There's fire on this building. Maybe I don't like the building. I don't know if I can get the wyverns out of the picture as well. Okay, we've got jump pad, that's good. Nice little nook back here. This I like. This is not great for the lack of a vertical. Ah, that's probably why I was getting set on fire before. Okay. That's going to be good for them. That might be the way to go on the main guy as well, but let's get some encapsulator shots off. See if we can make a dent. Not much. I think those are probably hitting him enough. A number of those did miss. For sure. We are making progress though. The arena's not as bad as I might have thought it was going to be. There's a ladder there as well. I wonder if that gives me any advantage. Let's see what this does. Ooh, those are very good shots. Those have a very, very steep drop on. It's too short of a clip, too much of whatever. Have I got good enough range from here to be able to use that SMG? It seems like we are getting, which is a stroke of luck. Just keep chipping on this. He doesn't seem to know what to do with me over here either. I'm not seeing much in way of attacks. This is definitely where I get cocky. I stand in the open too long and then he just vomits a whole volcano at me and ruins my day. And these guys are spawning pretty frequently, so I'm going to keep on top of these quite a lot. So maybe the encapsulator is going to be better in that regard, because I'm going to be able to just keep spamming shots and just letting them blow up without having to pay much attention. I'm slumping in my chair a bit too much now. I'm getting a bit too relaxed. I'm going to switch off. I need to stay on this. We made it this far. It's been a slow fight. It's going to be even slower when we get to the next bit. It's going to really be gut check time. But we are going to persist. We're going to give it our best try. If I'm entirely honest, after that sticky start, I wasn't thinking we were going to get this far. So we have already succeeded. That's what you say when someone comes in last place. You say well done. At least you tied your shoes this morning. So we're just going to keep trying, and that's what is the most important thing. It's about trying. It's about giving it a go and giving it your all. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Tomorrow's another day, we try again. Or we lower the chaos level. We'll see what happens. Knowing one's limits is also very valuable. Colours on these, I like pretty colours. Need to be a little bit cautious as well with these explosive rounds. There is the additional concern that I may just stick them all to a wall and blow myself up. So let's get those guys in the case a bit more. Just when I needed them to be over here. Made a mistake. Look, he's getting angry. He does not like this one bit. Let's get that guy out of the way. We've got a bit of breathing room here. Let's try and get some corrosion on this guy. Ooh, what was that noise? That was a good noise. That was a nice noise. What was that noise? Who dropped what? Or was that just a cosmetic? Halfway on his health. We haven't had it down yet. We're staying fairly safe. We're making some progress. Really not sure about that spell. I'll have a quick look at the spells. I don't feel like that's doing me any favours. You doing me any favours? Fire damage. I'm not doing fire damage anyway. This one's going to give me health back. That's a magic barrage of decay. That was one we had a bit earlier on. Colliding, scalding. Magic barrage of cunning. The electricity. That one's meant to be better statistic. Now the cloudburst arc torrent. That may have been that one that was sometime fortuitous. So we're going to give that a little jam. Basically nothing. But I think it's the trick with those is getting the crits, and I think I see videos now and again where people are like making a big fuss about a certain, like this spell or that spell, and often it's they'll be running a spell shot, they have their spell crit chance very high, they have equipment on to boost that, and that's definitely where you can see a benefit with some of these things. Is if you have, you know, if you've tailored your build, if you've tailored your setup to specifically work for that thing. But for run-of-the-mill people that are just doing a regular kind of playthrough, regular build, nothing that's sort of, you know, not focused directly on that, still not finding the good stuff. I mean, let's really mess things up at this point where it's all gonna potentially go sideways and just start switching out different bits of equipment and just experimenting. I don't think we've actually fired off the colliding eruption. Right, and that's a clicky finger one. No, it's not. So whatever that was. Squeezy hand. Like that. I close my fingers around my victim and suck the life right out of it. Squishy, squishy. Let's try them this guy. Seeing anything that's crying out that that's doing anything too notable. Similar than that. Let's do another one. The cloudburst we did. Magic barrage of current. I'm just going to go back to this one. Let's see if we get the help is. That seemed like that did something. I'm not going to lie. That seemed like it did something. And that seemed to be doing stuff earlier. To a degree I felt happy about. Let's see if we can get one of the boss. Definitely didn't jump out and that did anything special, but I'm going to stick with it. Got the extra security, the health going back, and I am definitely a coward. This is going... No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Close your mouth. Don't say that. Don't even think it. It's going terrible. It's going terrible. We're never going to make this. No way we can do this. First two attempts were like less than 2 minutes a piece or something. You can tell how my mood dropped. I was all hyped. I was all, you know, we've done this. We did the last one. I'm the king of the world. And then, yeah, slapped down pretty hard. And this has been a somber session. This has been this is Vault Chiller. We're just relaxing and internally screaming very loud. Still doing okay on the ammo numbers there, although I'm getting a bit concerned that that's getting... It is denting. That's what happens when you're held up in one corner of the map like this. This definitely continues with the feeling of this sort of feeling like a lasso or doing solo in a Destiny dungeon. Something like that where you have to be more tactical. I guess maybe not solo in the dungeon, maybe soloing a hard nightfall. Definitely more that kind of mindset of having to find somewhere that's a strategic position to hold your ground and try and keep track of things and just chip away at whatever your objective is at that moment. Splurge. Maybe this will work out for us if this guy this guy drops us something tasty, maybe that will help us with Redmore. Go on, guys. Let's get this guy cleaned up. Let's get him. Let's get him. I mean, if we beat this guy, I'm like I say, I'm going to be pleased as pie. I'm going to be very happy because this guy can be a faff. And he's such a daft enemy. Stupid little mechanical garden worm. Such a horrendous thing to die to. You know what he reminds me of? You know when you go to like those novelty shops, you've got those like little plastic worms that are like little snakes, sorry, they're like segments and you like wiggle it. And it's just like a really rubbish little snake. Just like that. That's what he is. That's what you are. Mug! Oh, I need to go and do the thing on his face, don't I? Back to cover. Take that. Got that bit. Oh, why is his health going up a lot? Was that just the fake bit? Was I just in the really, really naff start bit of the fight and it's actually gonna kick off more now? Gonna learn me. I guess that's normal. He just gets back a big chunk after you do that additional phase. These guys are pretty constant. Just gonna keep chipping away. Ammo's still going down, although I think we got a little bit when we did that little loop. Not sure what that was. Is that you, Vern? Did you do that? Vern, you've been holding out on me. You got better attacks. Ooh, is that dropping a lot as well? It looked like that went down. Was that homing on the enemy? Or was that I have to be closer for that magic spell to work? Definitely a thing. Not sure if that's going direct or not. Weird thing with the gun where it keeps kind of jams. Wonder. Respectful silence falls over the battlefield as our hero rages on. Can he defeat the raging rival? Oh, you know, I said raging 2 times close together now. That's kind of ruined it. Sorry, fun guy. You startled me. Go get him. That's alright. Just throw yourself at him. I sent wave after wave of my own men at him. Name that reference. The Killbats? A trifle. back off.
My soul finds again. It's almost as beautiful as the looks on their faces when they once my powers return.
Just sanctuary. That, well, that's it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. That's it. Thank you. Good night. Oh, there's another boss. Okay, fine. We'll keep going. I am stunned. That was actually a that was a piece of piss. I'm not gonna lie. That was very easy. I thought that was going to be trouble. We found a nice spot. That we were at zero risk basically for the entirety of that. That was a doddle. I am stunned that that went as well as it did. I also feel like a bit of a that was now less of an achievement just for the fact that I mean we did nothing. We just stood in the corner and fired, and the game couldn't handle it. Which is all good. That's exactly. I'm very happy with that. Like I will take that all day if that's going to get me the results that I want. I better start recovering. We'll take that. No new cosmetics. Alright, let's check these ammo numbers. Let's pick up some goodies. We've still got to do this boss, and I've never faced him before. Never, ever, ever in the version he is here. This wyvern, so far, he has got a new head, a new elemental type, I believe, associated with that head each time. So he started as a normal wyvern, one head. Obviously not normal, he's a bit of a big bad boy and, you know, beats up all the other kids at the play park, but he grew a second head on our second attempt, and my understanding is that he is going to have a third head. We got two things. Twister of Unrelenting. Okay. Don't get my health back for that, but that is going to be better than not. That's going to go well with our Twister setup. We've got quite a Twister theme going on. I like that. That gives me some confidence. That gives me, you know, some hope for the future. What was I jabbering on about before that? I've completely forgotten. Oh, yeah, so I think Red Morn's going to have 3 heads this time round, so effectively 3 wyverns for the price of 1. Which, the loot luck thing might actually be good there, but we had a corrosion boost for the SMG, 11.4 on all damage. I'm going to put that on. You know, although we're not going to be worrying about that too much until the boss is gone. Arguably, I'm dizzy. I'm absolutely dizzy after that. I thought this was going to be over long ago. I did not think we were going to be making it to this boss, let alone to kill that boss and now be getting to the final boss. You know, this is gonna have a little celebration, health explosion. Alright. That is fast, but I'm not going to be able to take many hits. But I will be ducking and diving. 10% extra on the maximum health. Plus 25% maximum ward. Chance to reflect bullets. 409 on chaotic versus that. I'm going to take it. I'm not going to pull that out of the bag yet. I felt fairly comfortable with that last encounter that we can take a bit of damage and peep, and take a bit of damage and peep, and I think that's going to be the process. We're not going to be able to stand out in the open or anything like that. We are going to be having to be a bit tactical, a bit cheeky. Right. let's get through here. We do have a little bit more to just wander through. A couple more chests I think we can open. We're going to have to be taking up hold in a building, and we're going to have to be keeping track of all of the ads around us. But yeah, so this guy's going to have 3 heads, three wyverns for the price of 1. I have no idea what that means. This is literally, I haven't seen a video of this version of him. Nada. Just is this, you know, this may be completely insane because maybe he can do some crazy attacks that I'm not going to be expecting, and that's going to GG it. So we are going to just try and play it safe, stay out of his way, stay out of the ad's way, keep our health on the floor, keep close to our bodies. Wish me luck. First thing I'm going to do is try and run indoors. Ooh. That's not indoors. That's not indoors at all. Get these open just so then there's some potential health on the floor. Can't really remember this arena, but I know that there's a bit that goes downstairs. Excellent. Good. That's what I wanted to get done. First, I wanted to establish the downstairs space, because I think we get ads down here, but I don't think we'll have the boss won't come down here. Whether he can do attacks that will get us, like through these floor grates or something, that might be something we have to consider. The spell is going to be more for dealing with the ads, because I think this twister sits... Oh, it's that one. That's not what I thought it was. The artwork threw me off a little bit there, so at least that is something I can fire and forget as well. Right, not if you fire into the wall. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa! Something just pulled me forward out of there. I do not like that. That might be one of his new attacks, so that he can lure us out. When I say lure, I mean grab us and forcefully pull us out. Yep, our spells to be doing something.
Enemy
Okay.
in my sight.
That's fine if you guys start looking at that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, what the... Those things are just yanking me or teleporting. I don't know what that's doing. I don't like it though, hell. Do not like it one bit. Okay, we have taken off a ½ millimeter of Redmorn's health. We are making progress. I hope you don't have any plans for this evening, or this morning, or any of your day. Okay, and I don't think that I'm going to be attaching anything like that to him. Oh, doing weird blowy things again. Oh, some crazy attack. That hurt a lot. And I feel like, has that downed my man? Nope, you get back here. Like, if only I had the command that I could tell this guy to stay behind cover, that would be very handy. Whoa, 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 whoa! What? Why'd you suddenly drop? You were fine! I knew he was going to have crazy attacks. I just knew it. I knew he was going to do some crazy stuff. I don't know what dropped fungi there. Maybe he had a bit of a burn effect, damage over time effect maybe going on as well. Oops, sorry, microphone. Oh, I did not even get a handle on what was going on there. But there was a lesson there, which was if I'm killing too many of the ads and not keeping something around, I had no opportunity to get myself back up. That was not the best choice. That is going to be rough to go back through, but we made it, and the Wyborg was not a big deal. I did think he was going to be an issue. We didn't have too many problems once we got a bit of gear going, so it wasn't too bad. However, we did not earn any of this gear. Just let me spam it. Why do I have to hold it? So this is all going off the cliff of shame. We did not get that clear, but I think that I'm happy enough with that now that I'm willing to give that another try on that level. Those first two ones, we got slapped pretty hard in those first few minutes straight back out, but we did progress through the rest of it without without any major issues. We weren't getting downed all that much. We did have to go slow, but just need to get back to the boss and give him another look. So that went a lot better than I thought. This is all experimenting. A lot of this is new and fresh. It's all learning, and it is the challenge we wanted. We wanted something that was a little bit harder, going to be a little bit more demanding on this content. We will see where we go with wave 4 of this. So this is still the third set of run-throughs on this, the third tier of these activities, and we've changed things a little bit every time we've come into these. So whether I'll continue with this roguelike angle on the tier 4 stuff, I don't know. Whether I'll switch that back to normal and we'll blitz it, or come up with some new way of modifying things, we will have to wait and see. But the first things first. Oh dear. First things first, we're going to have to try that again and see if we have any luck at all. We did, however, make some bank, 350. So we got a nice lot of spins there on the Wheel of Fate. We are going to switch our game over. For anyone who doesn't know, you can get your tokens and then you can switch your chaos level over. Doesn't affect anything, and the chaos, the gear will drop relevant to whatever chaos level you are when you are retrieving the rewards. So this means I can get higher level gear, which is going to help me with my chaos chamber, chaos trials, to continue to try and raise those chaos levels. So let's go. See what we get. If we got anything nice here, then I'm still getting some gear away from this. I ditched all that other stuff, but we got some other bits and pieces here. Buffmeister, volatile. Okay, that's a great start. Buffmeister's still very usable. That literally does what it says on the tin. It will buff you. Primordial Barrel Maker. Snowball Colliding Eruption. So some of these purple spells I think are quite reasonable, but I'm just not that used to those yet. So that's the Buffmeister in effect, which doesn't show you anything. It just buffs yourself. And the barrel is pow, chucking barrels. Boom, good fun. Practicing Petty Tantrum. I'm not sure if I've seen that one before. I feel like I must have done. A little hot-headed. For the melee, 3 to 5 tantrumers under nearby. Each tantrum does 150% melee damage. Okay, that's an interesting one.
Magical.
Let's get these wrapped up. I mean, I can pick up quite a lot more stuff now because I've got nice empty pockets as a result of that failure. That's quality plate mail. Okay. Got some pajamas to have a look at. Ooh. 3 sets of pajamas. Cold shiver. 3 sets of pajamas. That's not bad. That could be quite good for me, actually. 4 sets of armor. Wowzers. 4 is, at the moment, the max. 4 is the most legendary items I've seen kick out of here in one spin. So, Threads of Decay, that's good. 2 projectiles per cast. I want that with a higher projectiles per cast. That will do better work. It will be more effective. I have one with a +3, which, although it's a lower level, is still probably my best version of that. Or at least it appears to be, from any of the usage that I've had on it. Gelatinous Cube. I enjoy the Gelatinous Cube, although I don't think it's meant to be that great. So just so you can see these other ones. So Threads of Fate fires out this orb that will do threads of damage, and they will just sort of hurt anything that is caught in their wake. The Gelatinous Cube is some nice old school vibes. And that just does some good splotchy damage. Good for closed spaces. Obviously just stick some corrosion on the floor and stick some dot on the targets. Not going to worry about any of those purples for now, although some of them can be fancy. We're just going to cover the legendary stuff or we'll be here all night. It's sort of rough. It's sort of rough. It feels like a massive fail. Just that we've obviously had to put quite a bit of time into that, and it's not gone the way we might have hoped. But at the same time, like I say, I was not expecting much with that. So I've not seen the garlic breath before. So okay, that's interesting. Presumably that's just doing a toxifying effect to any targets nearby. Time to put the cloves on. Summons a pulsating nova around self and critical hit knocks down enemies. Okay, that's cool. Something a bit different. Keep the vampires off. And the rainbow is one that I've still yet to try. I was somehow amiss with this one. Well, thought it was something else, but these little rainbow bolts coming out. Maybe there's something to those. I've not tested those yet. So much loot. That is the thing about doing this Shattering Spectreglass as well. You do get a lot of tokens for this. It is a longer encounter. There's more to get through, but you get a lot more goodies for it. So I think the time investment still pays off. Diamond Guard at Chaotic. Okay. Whoop. Transistor of Shelter. Boing Whip. If you know the reference of Boing Whip, stick that down in the comments below. Cursed Wit of Hail. Cursed Wit is still one of my favourite shields. Gives good performance. And it's basically a shield that gives you some damage buffs. Spirit Rune of the Bastion. Okay, so that's the rune shields do. They give buffs according to how many people are using the item, but I've not really used those. I haven't used those with other people, so I don't know what the benefit feels like. Wicked Gossip. I guess I'll fire that out, although I seem to get a Wicked Gossip almost every single time. Inflammation of Invention. Right, okay, so that's similar to one of the guns from Borderlands 3, which the name escapes me at the moment, but you get it from the arms race. Or at least I seem to get it from the arms race more than I get it anywhere else. Wicked Gossip. This one is not that much to look at, so it's not going to tell you much, but it's a little corrosive zap going around. We've got one more spin after this. Lots of shinies. And you can see these different effects on here, so this is to do with the extra gear, so this is showing it's chaotic for the fact that you've got this more chaotic beam coming off of the item. That is a great addition that they needed to do with the game to start differentiating gear. I hope that they've evolved that system by the time that the new games come out. Assault Battery, so that's a pretty good melee weapon. Good for melee builds, I believe. The pickaxe is good. Pickaxe, you get a number of different bonuses, and that's based on you picking up money. That is one of my favourite melee weapons as well. We got a couple of those there. Okay, well, that's that. We've got a few more things here to sell. No cosmetics this time, so nothing to look through in that regard. So I guess it will just be me just doing a bit of tidy up and shopping here, which is not going to be very interesting. So I will just continue to do this while I just close this out. Oh, didn't think I was going to get all those in my pockets. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you had a bit of fun. Not the result that we might have hoped for, but as I said before when this went wrong, that was the correct result. If things were just nice and breezy all the time and zero effort, there wouldn't be any fun to this, any challenge to this. So I'm happy to try this again. There will be a limit to that. I'm not going to just bang my head against something if it doesn't feel like I'm even getting a handle on what's going on. But we're in early days. We'll give this one another try when I feel ready to pick up the challenge. Maybe the RNG will be a little bit different next time. Maybe we'll end up with a bit of a different setup. Maybe it'll be a lot harder. Maybe it'll be a lot easier. We'll wait and see. But thank you very much for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the videos. If you did enjoy this, please do like and subscribe. Please do check out my other content. And I'll catch you next time, Vault Hunters. Take it easy. Have a great day. Peace out. I gotta stop hitting the mic. Peace.